Hi everyone. I just wanted to briefly explain to you assignment 6 and what I'm expecting of you for this assignment. So this assignment, you are going to create a visual arts activity, and I want you to pay close attention to the visual arts materials and activities guidelines that's provided for you in your book on page 123. So make sure to look at that. So you're going to create a visual arts activity, and this is going to be for a certain population in early childhood, either infants, toddlers, preschool, or elementary school that's within early childhood. All right, so what you're going to do first is choose a population because your activity is going to be developmentally appropriate for the population that you choose. So choose a population and tell me what it is. Describe the activity, describe the objectives, list any materials that you're going to need, and then describe the procedure. So this is like a typical lesson plan. You are going to state the activity, briefly explain what it is. You're going to state the objectives because these are the most important. This is what you're going to accomplish in this activity. This is an end result or a result of the procedure of the process of doing the activity. You are going to discuss any materials that you need because you have to have those prepared in advance, and then you're going to list the procedure. This is how you think it's going to go. Of course, not all activities go as planned. We're working with young children, and they don't typically react the way that we're expecting. So that being said, make sure that you have any kind of plan B for the activity. So if you have one student that doesn't like to use paint because they don't like it on their fingers, make sure that there's an accommodation for that. Okay, you are going to include modifications for each of the following groups. You're going to include modifications for English language learners. How will you modify your activity to make it more appropriate for kids with language learning challenges? Also, you're going to modify this activity for young children with physical challenges. It doesn't need to be a wheelchair. It can be anything else. It could be kids that have issues with fine motor. That would be their small muscles. So maybe they can't grip a pencil, or maybe they have sensory issues, like they don't like to touch paint, and that's very frequent. You'll see that a lot. So make sure that you think of modifications for kids with those kind of issues. And then kids with visual challenges. This is a visual arts activity, so kids with visual challenges, we need to really accommodate them. A lot of times they'll feel left out, and we need to make sure that they're able to participate to the fullest extent and to access all of the activities to the fullest extent. So you can also include any kind of media that you would want to include in your activity, pictures, videos, anything that you think would help me understand what your activity is all about. Lastly, you're going to reflect on the habits of mind that you have used to complete this activity. And finally, you are going to give feedback to at least one peer using the ladder of feedback. I just want to say on a sidebar that you guys have been doing really, really well with all of these activities. I know that focusing on art and creative-based learning is a little foreign for some people, and especially if you're used to a different content of teaching or teaching older kids, then it might be a bit difficult for you. But you guys have all been doing really well, and I've been very impressed with what you've been showing me with your assignments. So if you have any issues, any questions for this assignment, then please do ask me. Otherwise, looking forward to seeing all of your activities.